United States Senator John McCain has visited Burma in an attempt to engage with the new military-backed government. In a press conference that concluded his visit, he said he was hopeful for future dialogue between Burma and America.
It's a true pleasure for me to return to this country after 15 years. Over the past 2 days, I've had a chance to meet with senior leaders in the new civilian government. I think there is a possibility for dialogue and reconciliation.
On Wednesday, McCain arrived in the country for a 3-day visit to assess the latest political situation, meet senior government officials, and speak with democracy icon Aung San Suu Kyi. Before arriving in Burma, McCain spent 2 days in Thailand, where he visited Mae La, Burma's biggest refugee camp, and Mae Tao Clinic on the Thai-Burma border.
It's one of the most impressive efforts that I've ever seen in the world.
He praised the clinic, which treats thousands of patients every year, but also expressed concern about the conditions of those living in refugee camps on Thailand's western border with Burma.
Tomorrow I will be going to Burma and to meet with the leaders there, and I will be discussing the situation regarding refugees involving treatment of the minorities in Burma.
Before his trip, McCain also said he wants to see Burma move towards real democracy, and he will urge the government to release more than 2,000 political prisoners currently incarcerated across the country.
Well, we want to discuss the opportunities for improvement in Burma or Myanmar's international standing. That means, to me, it means the release of political prisoners. It means of an open dialogue between the opposition and the government.
After his arrival on Wednesday, McCain met with Vice President Aung Myin Oo in Burma's capital, Naypyidaw, in an attempt to pursue greater engagement with the country's leaders.
I believe that this new government is genuinely interested in a dialogue and reconciliation with the United States.
On Thursday, McCain visited an AIDS hospice on the edge of Rangoon, run by the opposition group National League for Democracy, or NLD. The senator also met with the NLD at their headquarters before visiting the opposition group's leader, Aung San Suu Kyi, at her lakeside home. 15 years since their last meeting, McCain expressed his admiration of the woman he describes as an inspiration.
I only keep one picture in my office, so it's not family, and that's I met with Aung San Suu Kyi, who has been a personal hero of mine for decades, and whose standard of service to her fellow citizens I can only marvel at and seek to emulate.
He pledged to support Burma's development of democracy.
Great opportunity to discuss.
In a press conference held in the US Embassy on Friday, McCain said he was not expecting immediate change from the new government.
Our expectations are not for immediate change, but we think we have every right to see a step-by-step improvement in the situation here in this country.
But he also raised concerns about continuing rights abuses. And referencing current revolutions in North Africa, he said America would support the people of Burma.
All nations should have the right to determine their own future, but the citizens of those nations also have individual rights. So we will continue to advocate for human rights and progress in every nation in the world. And we will support the people who rise up in a square in Egypt, or a young man who burned himself to death in Tunisia because...
And despite looking forward to dialogue, McCain was clear that sanctions should remain until the new government takes clear steps towards democratic reform.
But as I told the government leaders that I met yesterday, any improvement in relations will need to be built not on warm words, but on concrete actions.